Anyway, okay.
Oh, that is a lot of
Whoa,
things.
no, that's not good.
So there are many patrons in the bar. Not all of them are necessarily ready to fucking throw down, but upon the gnome realizing that you, Billy, were in fact responsible for doing this, he is going to now cast Thunderwave at you.
Question.
Yeah?
Why do I
Nice.
have 3 less than my max?
What?
Why do I have 3 health less?
Oh, what is your max?
28.
Oh, my
The dwarf
apologies.
looks like he's as wide as he is tall.
Which dwarf?
The gnome.
He looks like a
Oh.
sphere.
Yeah, well,
That's what I was chuckling about earlier.
he's very stout.
I like this guy.
That's
Yeah.
what we're talking
Yeah,
about, Keegan.
Yeah.
that's the gnome.
Oh,
Alright, so he is going to cast Thunderwave at you, and you are going to need to roll a d20.
Oh shoot, is
Or
that gonna hit me?
What do you want me to do?
Roll a dexterity save. I'm trying to remember how the fuck spellcasting in this game works.
They roll and I roll a dexterity saving. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever the
sorry.
equivalent.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Fuck.
4.
I'd take
Alright.
that like a champ.
It's a
It's a
5.
Alright, so Thunderwave moves out in a cone away from the caster. So not only are you struck by it, Billy, but so is Thug number 1 and Thug number 2.
Wait, which one has the scars? Is it number 3?
Yes, this is the one with the burn marks all over
Okay.
his body. So all 3 of you are struck by a thunderous blast of force, and you take.
Wait, do we all get hit?
No,
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 no.
you guys are away from
You're
me.
too far back. You're too far back. All right. So each one of you takes 4 damage.
Oh, okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was
And-
gonna be.
However, Billy, you are blasted across the table and go tumbling over the side by the fire.
Ow.
This one also comes tumbling next to you, and this one flies back and manages to hit the burnt one, who also goes tumbling over.
Milky is gonna get really happy and start clapping, like a small child.
Wait, why?
Because he finally got blasted for flipping those stupid cards. Freaking
Now-
Billy.
In your blast across the table, the walnut from your pocket spills out across the floor,
No.
and it rolls out right in front of this. Right here is Terran. This man right here. That is Terran.
Alright, so
And it rolls right in front of them and begins, and the sort of little rune on the cover of it flashes red for a second, and Terran looks at it and thinks, curious, and leans down to pick it up.
Starts
I
vibrating.
instantly swoop in to fucking grab it.
All right, make a dexterity or roll dexterity to see if you're able to grab it before you can grab it,
Shit, close that my
because
shit.
you're currently on your back.
Alright.
Oh god, Dragon Bro's about to roll in. He just messaged me.
Okay, so yeah, I totally fucking grab it.
No, hold up. Yeah, I rolled a 3. You grab it. You just snatch it before he even gets close, and what? Do you shove it back in your pocket? Do you?
I hold it close to me and I give him the death eye.
Don't touch his walnut, man.
Karen just looks a little concerned and stands there. Now, after you've rolled over the table, the gnome is going to run directly at. Is that Dragon Bro?
Yeah, it's me.
Whoa.
All right.
Yes. We're just starting.
So,
Alright,
Dragon
cool.
Bro, we
By-
literally just
By the
started.
way, Amy, are you actually still recording?
Yeah.
Hold on, let
Okay.
me sign in.
I have 10 minutes on the recorder. Hello,
Oh, there we go.
recorder. Hello, future Emmy, who's reading this.
Bargain bin adventures. Let's do this, boys.
I want to turn the mute down.
All right. So the gnome has bursted in, casted Thunderwave on the group, including Billy, and is now rushing over the table to leap onto Billy's chest and scream at him, "Where's the Oh, sorry, I should probably voice it. shit.
What was
kind
it? What was it?
Where were we at in the story again? I forgot.
We just started.
Okay.
You're at a tavern. Billy flipped a bunch of carts.
Got thunder waved.
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck, I'm trying to remember what the hell the gnome's voice was like.
It was just a
I can
normal
literally
voice.
send you the recording.
It was just kind of like, thanks, I guess.
Where the fuck is the green vial? And he is shaking you violently, Billy.
Can I, can I fucking attack him?
Yeah, you can make a roll, make a strength check to see if you can throw this fat little fuck off of you.
No, I want to cleave into him.
No, don't. Can I just try and pull the gnome off of him before he starts to violently murder people? You
Where
ain't
the fuck is the green vial? And he shakes you more violently.
Hey man, there's no need for physical touch like that, right?
Fuck off!
If he fails, I'm swinging.
What would that be? Just a strength check? Or...
Just a strength check.
Okay. No.
Yeah, I'm swinging.
What do you roll?
You
5.
rolled a 5 too.
Billy, use the back of your sword, please. Unless it's double-edged.
You
then use the flat.
managed to struggle and actually pull him a little bit off, and he just sort of tumbles off to the side screaming.
I leap at him to attack.
No! You're an idiot.
Yes, destroy him.
And one of the thugs that he knocked over with his thunder wave has now risen from the floor and is looking right pissed.
He's not left fist?
No, specifically right pissed.
Oh shit, that's the worst kind.
And
Oh no.
and the small gnome, now realizing who one of the people is that he sent tumbling is, begins to scramble over the table and try to get across the room as the thug begins to pursue him at a very, very angry, seeping walking pace.
I'm on the bolt right in front and cleave.
Cleave who?
Everyone.
Can I try and hit the thug in the freaking shin with a hand axe?
All right, we're gonna do 2 more rolls here, and then we're just straight up rolling initiative.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right.
All right, so you go ahead and make a
Just a weapon swing.
dexterity because you just had to scramble over a table to do that.
I mean, I guess I kind of do it.
You roughly scramble over it. Now make an attack roll.
Oh boy.
Scramble boy.
Hmm.
All right, so you rush around, you fucking like trip over the table half drunkenly, and then cleave both of your weapons directly into the gnome.
Killing him.
Yeah, he rolled a
instantly.
crit on the second roll.
Nice.
And his pitiful existence.
By the way, Techno, I'll just show you exactly what I just did.
Okay.
So
It's in the main chat.
the green is a critical.
Yeah.
So one of your
critical.
actually describe where you strike him because he's not gonna be exactly.
I just raise both up in the air, each with one hand, and just slice down onto his like shoulders.
All right, one just locks right between his shoulder and neck, and the other one just gets embedded on like sort of the cup of his shoulder.
Oh no.
Oh my god, you hit him so fucking hard.
And as he looks up at you with white-hot rage in his eyes, the fist of the brigand that was pursuing him goes careening right through his jaw.
Jeez.
Fuck.
Can I switch my role from freaking hand axing the thug to casting cure wounds on the gnome?
No.
I don't want you to just start killing civilians.
It's too late for that now.
No, it's not. He's alive. He's right there. Unless he dies from
Finish
getting
him.
punched.
Now,
He's getting punched.
after he after you've cleaved both of your weapons into him,
I mean, I've done
will-
25. Come on.
he will reach up and wrap both of his hands in his last effort around the. You have a battle axe and you have a sword, correct?
Yeah.
All right, and they are both made out of standard metal.
Yeah, yeah.
He will wrap his hands around it and send coursing down the blade of both of your weapons a shock of electricity.
Ow.
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 He will deal 10 damage to you.
Just outright.
Yes, just outright 10 damage. You're holding on to the weapons and.
I don't have like a chance to let go or figure out what he's doing.
No.
Oh fuck.
Continue holding on to them, you'll have the chance to let go, but he's just outright dealing 10 damage to you.
You're getting electrocuted.
Yeah, I
And-
think he understands that.
No, I mean like
Hmm.
he can't let go because muscle contraction.
And he will then send his other arm to grab the brigand's arm and send another pulsing shock of electricity through him, which arcs from that brigand over to his burnt friend, chaining all the way over to the other brigand, causing them to violently shake. The smell of burnt flesh begins to fill the air until the eyes of the first brigand pop and he falls to the floor.
Fuck.
And the gnome, bleeding profusely from his shoulders, expending the last bit of his energy, collapses dead on the floor.
I won.
I win. Yay.
I like spaced out and I just heard collapses dead on the floor, and then Skull's just, I win.
I did it. Yay.
And the second one that was profusely burnt previously now has a few lightning bolt shaped burns going through his body.
Hey,
And
that's the
Potter?
freaking best burn you can get.
Is he Harry Potter?
and he does not look happy.
But is he Harry Potter?
And the brigand with the pop dies is now laying on the ground screaming.
Isn't he
Oh,
dead?
he's not dead. Yeah, I thought he was dead. Oh god.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Wait,
he's
which one is
still
it? Is it-
alive.
This one or is it?
Yes.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
that,
that
one.
one.
Can I just
What about this one over here?
He is a little crispy, but he's okay.
give him a nice little
First.
mercy coup de grace to the neck with an axe? 'Cause
Don't
that
you
looks a
have
little
that
bit painful.
spell that will like regenerate pieces?
I have cure wounds, but
Yeah.
But why would you want to heal him? He's mafia.
he's
Heal
mafia.
me. Heal me.
I'm not healing you. You're in timeout.
Yeah.
I'll heal you.
Thank
Don't
you.
heal him. He's in timeout.
Okay, I'm healing you.
The gnome's body actually in front of your eyes begins to disintegrate.
Okay, wait. 1d8 plus. Wait, what the fuck is my spellcasting modifier?
No, you tell us.
You're a bard, right? So it
Is
should
it-
be your charisma.
Yeah, charisma.
Charisma.
So 5. So 1d8
so-
plus 5.
Hooray! I'm getting the real heals. That's not okay. So it's 10.
10.
I earned exactly how much I lost.
Hell yeah, I got you.
All right.
Billy, we're gonna have a talk later about this.
The brigand is still screaming on the ground, clutching at his eyes.
I'm just jumping up and down, all happy.
Yay! 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 Yay!
Let God heal
And-
your pain.
Good.
And
you
as-
disposed of him.
As you're
Oh.
standing there, sort of dick fumbling around, Eugene walks through the door. Hello. Oh, what the fuck?
Money, money, money.
What the fuck happened here while I was gone?
I won.
We
I
lost.
did it.
He won.
Now, something a little different about Eugene. He was gone throughout most of the last session after he got paid by, well, the gnome that is now electrocuted and blown apart on the floor. And he is now actually changed out of his raggedy, shitty clothing from his time as a bandit, and he is now wearing quite a nice suit.
Nice
He
sword.
seems to have put the gold that he earned to good use in getting some very dapper fineries. But he still has his kind of ratty, shitty looking weapons on his back.
Nice bourgeoisie. Get
Wait, when you say like a suit, like a business?
Like,
Fucking suit.
like very nice silken clothes. Something that would, of course, fits the time period, not like a fucking Yoshikage Kira suit.
Aw.
Oh
No, that's exactly what he has.
He's wearing a gilded vest with a puffy white shirt,
Okay.
nice pants. Looks like he had to get several tailors because he's much larger than the average person.
The average bear.
Much larger than, yeah, I was gonna say the average bear.
Now, as this is all going on, the entirety of the bar is just sort of watching with curiosity. None of them seem to particularly care, and this almost seems like maybe commonplace.
Mommy, who's that man with the walnut? Don't look there.
Don't look at the
Yeah,
walnut.
mommy in this bar. Shut
I
up,
mean,
Ben,
well, it
and
makes
drink your
sense.
whiskey.
Now, the burnt individual is going to walk over to his burning and screaming mate and just sort of
He's gay.
no,
Yeah.
just his mate, his buddy.
Oh, oi, mate. Yeah.
Oh my.
And he's just gonna give him a fucking right kick in the ribs. And
Oh.
get over it, you fucking pussy.
Harsh. Such harsh words.
This
And-
is just something we're all watching. We're just like, oh no.
And he's going to walk over to you, Billy, and
Oh,
put his arm on your shoulder. You handled yourself well.
I did it.
Wait, who is that talking again?
The burnt
Is he
fuck.
Jane? Oh, the burnt one.
Yeah. I have respect for this man.
He put some respect on his name.
Now, there's a little something I think I need to be discussing with you.
Yeah.
It seems,
Stop backing the fuck away.
now you see, that little gnome that you just obliterated was a, business partner.
Oh,
of
you want the
ours.
green liquid? Here you go. I hand him it. I hand him it without hesitation.
I'm rifling around the bar
Thank
for a
you.
large, whatever the highest distilled alcohol that there is. I'm rooting around for it.
The barmaid walks over. What the fuck are you doing?
What is the hardest? Wait,
What is the hardest stuff you got here, lady?
Get
And-
over on the other side of the bar where the patrons belong, and maybe I'll tell you.
I'm gonna pull out my hand axe.
Tell me right now,
Jesus
or I'll burn down the
Roll-
entire bar
Roll-
with you
roll-
in it.
roll intimidation.
Okay.
She
How can
reaches
you-
down and pulls a dagger out of her boot.
I told you!
Why is Emmy becoming a skull suddenly?
Yo, what's the possible way you can justify this? I'm an idiot.
I'm
so
getting
there you go.
really fed up with this!
He's
Did you-
becoming
are those your
ghost.
attack rolls?
I'm
Huh?
gonna fucking
Yeah, those
cast
are-
Mage Hand
No,
on
the
Noki
last
and
one's
grab
my
his
attack
fucking
roll
hand
against her.
axe.
All right, make your roll.
That is my roll. The hand
No,
axe.
Keegan.
Oh, Keegan.
What-
Keegan, what are you doing?
Should I roll charisma to try?
Yeah. Roll charisma.
All right.
Wait, what is Keegan trying to do?
Take your fucking axe from you. with
Why?
the Mage hand.
She pulled hers out first.
You put yours out first.
Literally did
You
not.
literally.
Revisionist history.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You're
mean, you're the
successful.
revisionist.
All right, as
Okay,
soon as he
fucking-
pulls my axe out of my hand, I'm gonna pull out my spear.
Oh my god.
Revisionist history!
Now,
No!
immediately upon doing this, every patron in the bar stands up and stares at you drawing their weapons.
Jesus Christ.
Emmy, what the fuck are you doing?
This was just like back in the barracks.
They don't care if you get in a bar fight with a random patron, but the moment you start attacking the barmaid, every fucking person in this tavern is now ready to throw down with you,
Billy,
Including us.
help! I didn't think.
Including us.
including the barmaid.
including me too. Because
She's
I'm
going to jab her dagger towards you right under your chin and
no.
make an intimidation roll. 16. Get on the other side of the bar, or I will gut you like the fucking pig you are.
What saving throw would I roll?
Make a
Against that.
charisma saving throw.
Mm.
I believe Oh shit.
What do you roll?
How about you suck my half-inch, lady?
Oh my god.
I rolled a 19, Techno.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, there's two ways this can go right now, and I'm not quite sure I like one of the ways.
Wait, what kind of roll was that anyway that he did?
A charisma saving throw.
To not get intimidated.
Yeah,
I honestly didn't expect to get that.
I knew
Now-
it was gonna happen somehow, some way.
Now she is still just gonna stand there staring at you with the knife pointed at your throat. She's not backing down. Leave now.
How wooden is this bar?
A lot of it's, I mean, it is wood, but there's quite a few. It's not like dry flammable wood. A lot of it has sort of like a gloss over it.
Flame retardant.
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna shift my eyes to look at Billy and like make head motions.
I run in. Fucking.
Wait. What happened?
He just started making attack rolls. Wait, Billy, this maybe not that.
Wait, he's
maybe not
already
that
making
exactly.
attack
Billy,
rolls.
no. Billy, wait. Billy.
Alright, so are we fucking doing this? Are you actually doing this, Billy?
Yes.
God.
No going back now.
You're attacking the barmaid.
Yep.
Alright, you made three attacks there. What's the deal
my
with that?
God.
If we kill everyone in this bar, no
Oh,
one will know.
sorry. I didn't mean to do the last one. I didn't hear
Oh,
the second one
God.
off.
Alright, so we'll just take the first two.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dragon bro? Like, what are you
No,
doing?
no. I'm watching something someone sent to me, and it's pretty funny.
If we win, we get a bar, right?
If I kill this lady, I usurp her power and become the bar.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
this is
Oh,
Let me
God,
turn
no.
my computer
Really?
down.
Who the
What?
fuck?
Can you turn down a
playing
bit?
music?
Yeah, I turned it down. I don't know. It just popped up on my computer. I'm like, what the fuck? Is that you, Graf? Did you?
Yeah,
what, you
this is-
Yeah,
turned
it's
that?
roll
Oh,
20.
okay. I was like, why the fuck is there Pokemon music playing?
You nerds.
Alright, so the first attack you make, Billy, actually does manage to strike. It cuts her along the arm, causing a significant gash across her, the upper part of her arm. She sort of stumbles back a little bit, but then the second attack does not manage to hit.
Alright.
Yes, roll initiative.
We're so fucked.
Rise. Oh wait. No, no. Wait. I didn't select my character. Wait. Okay. Initiative.
Oh, yeah. So like,
We're gonna
Wow.
fucking wipe.
Yeah, how have you guys managed to get to this point?
This is the end of this run now. We're gonna have to make new fucking characters.
I like how freaking the reason I started going downhill is because Billy, and then Billy's the one that saved me from like getting freaking knifed.
Yeah, this is your fault, so just remember that. My
I'm
little
not the one who
stuff was-
killed
Do
the
I have an
gnome
option of
and handed the
just
green liquid to the monster.
Yeah, but here's
Is
the
that an
thing.
option that I have right now? I can just.
Alright,
Yeah,
Are there any
but,
windows
I mean-
to jump out
as
of?
you're all making your initiative rolls, the burnt man that you gave the green liquid to steps forward and says to all of you, "Alright now, alright, let's just all..."
Cancer.
What a riveting man.
Coughing up a little bit of blood from the fact that he's been electrocuted quite severely. Let's all just take a step back here.
Yeah, maybe we should
He
take
says
the
as
advice.
Billy has his freaking sword buried in a woman.
No, it flashed in her arm. It didn't.
Okay,
It wasn't
flash.
buried in there.
Alright.
Okay, then yes, let's.
The barmaid steps back a little bit, pointing her knife forward. And every member of the bar still has their weapons pointed at Milky and
Really.
Billy. All right. I don't think any more people need to die here tonight. It's bad for business.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
So
let's
why
take the
don't
advice.
we all put down our weapons and just step back over the counter? You too, Milky.
I'm gonna look back
No.
to the woman, and I'm gonna put
Use
my
fear
arms out
wounds.
to the side. I'm gonna say lift.
Wait, what does that even mean? Wait, because he's too short.
What is this?
like a little
Can't
kid
get up.
who wants to be picked up.
I can't get up.
Oh
It's
my
too tall.
This is.
All right.
I want to start wagging my arms and making like whimpering noises.
She stares at you with utter disgust before while the burnt man sort of looks at her and shrugs a little bit. Look, I'll give you an extra tip if you just throw a little shit over the counter. And
Will
she-
you now? I grab and okay, just chuck him, fucking throw him.
As you begin to pull
Really
him over
wet?
the counter, as you begin to pull him over the counter, she socks him in the jaw. Holy shit!
What?
Oh god.
Oh shit.
She rolled a 20.
Oh shit.
All right, fuck! I didn't expect to have to break out the dice for this one.
Oh no.
Holy shit!
A woman scorned.
Oh my fucking god!
What?
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 Did she like crit for like all of the damage?
Okay, so you. I'm just going to presume that she has brass knuckles.
Oh god, no!
Her
And
fingers
she
are made of
decks you.
brass.
Twice across the jaw with both hands, dealing 16 damage.
What
Oh
the
my
fuck?
god.
Alright, I have 3 health.
Yeah, don't fuck with the bartenders, apparently.
So, yeah, she rolled a 20.
I guess Milky
And
just
then-
goes catatonic then.
Yeah, wait, how many hit points do you have?
19.
Okay, so you still have 3.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, but he's, like,
you have
fucking
some serious
unconscious.
He's
fucking
like knocked
welts.
the fuck out and has
Knocked
brain
out.
damage.
And you just get thrown back over the counter onto the floor. And the burnt man laughs and just sort of walks over and gives you a pat on the shoulder. Don't fuck with her. She'll
has
send you
more-
home in a
He has more brain damage than the previous.
Even more than me, and that's saying something.
He just puts his shoulder on you, and you feel a little bit of healing coursing through you, restoring you about 6 hit points.
Oh god, I'm getting slipped a roofie.
Don't fuck with her. She'll send you home in a casket. All right. So all of you, well, more specifically, he points to you, Milky, to you, Wander, Billy, and also to you, Baven. And then
What about me? The one that is left.
and gives a glaring look at Terran. All of you, I think, should come up to my room. We might have a little business to discuss.
Oh, this
I
sounds.
need an adult.
Oh, the music faded out perfect timing.
Why'd you just
Oh,
immediately
never
give him the
Okay.
flask anyway?
What was that?
Skull, why did you just immediately give him the liquid thing anyway?
Think about it. It's me. There you go.
Think about it.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, on the-
I like how your character portrait just like twisted when he said that. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh no.
I think all of you should follow me. And
Okay.
the third thug from the table that does not have his eyes blown out of his fucking head.
Oh yeah. Hey, can you please heal the other guy?
No, just kill
Wait,
him.
who can I heal what?
The guy with no eyes.
Can I heal myself first?
We'll have Keegan heal you.
All right. So the burnt man kind of hears you say that and thinks, "Oh yeah, almost forgot. and he walks over to where the man
He's just gonna straight up
without the
murder him.
eyes without the eyes is laying, and he puts his hand right on his forehead, and you see electricity crackle through his head, causing it to violently shake until he ceases moving and smoke begins to come out of his ears.
Is it Fist of the North Star?
Can I cast
You're
mending on
already
my jaw?
electrocuted.
Oh my!
I feel like we're just talking to Jaggy at this point.
And he stands up and stares at him. Fucking weakling. And
Why does
moves
everyone
on.
have electricity powers in this?
Yeah.
Let's
He is
start. Are we in Anne Orlando?
Well, I mean, only 2 people have had electricity powers,
We don't know if everyone else says so.
and it might be because you ran into a wizard and a sorcerer.
Well, that's nice.
Just
I wanna
might be.
recruit this guy.
And Eugene is, by the way, Eugene is still standing in the middle of the fucking bar, like at the entrance of the bar, just staring dumbfounded.
Yeah, he walked in. Hey guys, what's going? What the fuck? What the? What the fuck? It's only getting worse and worse as he watches.
He's just watching. I'm gonna go wait by the cart.
I'm gonna go wait in the car, Mom.
You guys are fucking crazy, Jesus Christ.
Why did he join?
And he just leaves.
I want to like just recap that entire experience. Cause like, first that guy walks in is like green liquid, and then thunderbolts, Chungus Mungus over here.
What?
And I can't remember your character.
Billy.
Billy.
Billy Bitchworth.
Fucking thunderbolts Billy across the fucking room, and then explodes someone's eyes. I just walk over, say nothing, and heal him, and then walk over and sit back down, and then suddenly they're trying to kill the barmaid.
Then you walk over and heal him again after they try to kill the.
Yeah.
You're just like the healer that kind of just like is fuck it. I don't know what's happening. I'll just.
Yeah,
do
no,
it,
my
guys."
character's just so disgruntled at everything that has happened.
Oh, my hand axe back.
Alright, so he gestures towards the stairs and you go up.
Yeah, I follow. I like shrug at the group and then just like follow him.
How much did he
Alright.
heal me by?
We'll
How
just say
much
that
did-
everyone's
Oh, by
full.
6 points. No.
6
Oh,
points. All right, I'm at 9 now. That's great.
Just enough to get you to fucking move again. And he leads you up to a fairly large room that's empty except for a table in the middle of it with several chairs. Not enough for all of you to sit in. Just enough for him and Billy, and Terrence.
It's okay.
The rest
Yes.
of you are all standing around.
Oh wait,
I'm
no,
gonna
this is not
squat.
good. He
I'm gonna
knows. He knows.
I'm just gonna lean on a wall.
Air chair.
Now, as you are sitting in the room, he whispers to the third man something that you are unable to. Actually,
Yeah, I was
why
supposed
don't
to
you-
can we just roll.
I want all of you to make investigation rolls to see if you can hear what he's saying.
Oh.
All right.
Well, yeah, that was pretty
Oh,
epic.
yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
That time you got lucky.
I got lucky with that
Oh, God.
charisma roll, man.
Yeah, you nearly had us all die. Good job.
It was worth it to tell off that barmaid.
It really wasn't.
You didn't tell her off really at all. She punched you in the jaw twice and almost killed you.
I told her to suck my pink.
Hell, I
so
did
that's good.
more.
Your 1-inch penis.
Half,
Congratulations.
half inch. Let's
Oh,
just
sorry,
get that right out of the way.
Half inch.
Half.
Alright, so Milky, you are the only one who hears what he says to the third man, and you hear him say, "Go get the others in case this shit goes south."
Oh.
Why would things go south? What others?
Hey,
What
I-
are you talking about?
The walnut. Billy,
Billy.
you need to kill him. Kill him now before he can go.
I
Get him
mumbled
now
to
before he gets
Walnut.
too strong.
Fucking look at the walnut. No, he has cool. It's cool. He has the barn marks. It's cool.
The third non-burnt member, only slightly burnt one,
Yeah.
and quickly runs down the stairs and, from what you can tell, out the bar. The burnt man comes over and sits down at the table and stares directly into Terran's eyes. So, it seems that you owe us money. And Terran just sort of looks mortified because if you remember correctly, you killed someone very important within this criminal organization.
Nah.
They don't know yet, though. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
No.
they have no way of knowing.
Well, it could have been across the street. And
Wait,
saw
how
it.
do they know that like any of us are with them? Because they only know of like the one that actually did the killing.
They don't know that this guy's dead yet.
Yeah, they only know about us being weird and from outside of town.
Weird outside of town and came rolling in with Terran, who's the guy
Yeah.
they're currently having
And just
money
started
trouble.
fucking attacking everyone in the bar.
Well, first, Terran, I'm aware you've had a bit of trouble selling some of your wares due to the fact that, well, that unfortunate situation with that Citadel driving away a lot of business.
Oh
However,
yeah, that Citadel. Totally forgot about that.
I interject. How much does he owe you?
Yeah, how much?
several thousand gold pieces.
I have that buried in the forest if you want.
I was about to
directions.
just slap down my 100, but I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I was about to slap down 100 too.
Your current, I presume, employer has some significant debts with our organization.
Don't gamble, it's bad for you.
Oh no, not gambling.
Oh, good.
No.
That's cardinal sin.
The guys are just staring at me like he's fucking retarded.
Speaking through like an almost broken jaw that's like swelling.
Now, then I see you brought some hired muscle with you. And he gestures to the rest of the group.
Hi.
I mean, yeah, muscle.
Some real fucking bargain bin muscle from the looks of it, but
They're not
Probably
that strong.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
now when the walnut says that, his ears perk up a little.
Wait, who's yours?
The burnt man.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
You don't
He's
know
one of
his
the
name.
chosen ones. I have to take him out now.
Don't reveal yourself to the walnut.
Did that come from inside your shirt? And he gestures to you, Billy.
It's just his heart.
No, I mumbled it.
He stares at you and then casts detect magic. You need to make a just a flat. I'm not sure if there would be. No, there wouldn't be any sort of competing check for this. He casts detect magic and sees a large glowing spot from the area in which you were keeping your walnut.
Billy, I told you to keep that thing in a box of magic lead.
Magic lead.
No, you didn't. You didn't even know about it before now.
And he points to it. What is that?
It's a fucking walnut.
Yeah, just
Like,
pull it out
what do you
and
want?
show it to
Fucking
him.
walnut.
Say it. Wait, yeah. Techno, you just say it yourself. It's
Oh.
fucking walnut.
Fucking walnut.
Pull that out, or I'll pull it out.
Whoa, I didn't know it was that kind of party.
Pull it out, and I just keep it like far away so he can't reach it, but he can still see it.
Well then, now I would be willing to wipe away this debt
No,
in return for
no.
I'll be willing to let you guys off the hook. No.
This is his debt, not mine.
Now you see, that's just not going to work.
Dude, that's a
I-
walnut.
I'm going to cleave my axe into
No,
his
wait, no, wait,
Yes, do it.
He's only gonna get
Do
us
it.
off the hook. Skull. No.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Is there like any windows in the room?
There are several windows.
Okay,
I take a
I'm gonna
running
get a
start
rock
and
ready.
jump out.
Okay, make a dexterity. No, make an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Billy!
All right. So
Right in his face.
there was a window behind you. You immediately run and smash out the window and go careening into the middle of the street.
Fucking hell.
You manage to land on the back of a passing cart, and you just sort of hit a bag of grain on it and go bouncing over the side and land face first on the cobblestone.
Ow.
And
Can I
you take 7 damage.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
fine with
man.
that.
7 damage. Okay.
That's fine. I'm just gonna get up and start running now.
As you get up, you notice that right in front of you is the alleyway in which you stabbed the member of this gang. And there are 7 members of the gang currently standing around his body.
Oh God, no! This is
Let's
so
see.
good.
Can I just like run without them noticing?
They heard the smash of glass as you
What
go
did they
careening.
see?
Oh yes.
Or can I get away?
Isn't this the boss?
I want to get away.
One of them looks at you.
I want to.
Hey you! You!
I stand up. Yes.
And before the this gang member can say anything, the burnt man leans his head out the window. Stop that fucker!
Can I try to push him out the window?
Yeah, push the.
Sure. Actually, make a stealth check to see if you can come up behind him.
Here comes Milky.
No, stealth check.
Oh,
No,
stealth
stealth.
check.
Stealth.
Ah!
What did he roll for? instead?
Strength.
Okay, he's going to make a just a counter roll to see if he even notices you.
Roll a 2.
Oh, you fucking lucky son of a bitch! He does not
4.
notice you. No, he rolled a 3.
Oh, nice.
All right, now make your strength check to see if you can push him through the window.
Here comes Hornblower. Never mind.
Okay,
gonna
we just
make-
go with the original
well-
strength check.
Sure, but he's gonna make a competing roll, so
Okay.
catching him off guard.
Here we go.
You manage to just catch him as he's leaning out the window and shove him through it. And he is still quite hurt from earlier. He never got an opportunity to heal himself, where a majority of his hit points were taken down by that chain lightning attack.
Is he just straight up dead now?
He falls and hits the ground, and his neck makes a sickening crack sound.
Fuck.
I'm gonna lean out of the window and scream,
He did his.
That's what happens when you try to barter with Milky Hornblower.
and then I'm gonna pull 5 gold out of my bag and throw him on his corpse.
Where you pull what out of you?
I pull 5 gold out of my bag and throw him at his corpse.
Why?
Why?
Go buy your tickets to hell.
Yeah, that's what I say too.
No, no. Wander says that from the back of the room, but then you just repeat it, thinking you're cool.
And
Yeah,
then-
yeah, exactly.
I say it in the back of the room, and then he repeats it, and then everyone laughs.
And I turn around and wink at Wander.
And then I flick him off.
And all right, so the gang members from across the street that were gathering around the boss's body have looked over at the top window to hear their other high-ranking member scream at them to get that fucker, and then they see him fly out the window and snap his neck on the cobblestone.
And then like the upper half of a face just leaning like out of a window. Like trying to scramble up and be level with it.
And they then look back down at you, Billy.
I point up to him. He just killed your boss. Go get him. And he probably killed that guy too.
I did.
Alright, now while this is going on, Wander and David, are you doing anything?
No,
Maybe someone's
I'm
gonna
just
down-
kind of like taken aback and shocked at what has happened in the past like 10 seconds.
I'm on my phone.
Yeah, how quickly did this take like happen?
This all
Before you spend
happened
like
in
20
20
seconds.
I like how Emmy's
This-
become a
yeah.
second skull at this point. Just like.
This has all taken place over the course of about 20 seconds.
Yeah, no, I'm actually just in shock at everything that has just occurred.
No, it's like
Um,
you know how to set a nuke off, you have to set off a slightly smaller nuke to get it to blow up. Skull is my slightly smaller nuke.
The
And you're
irony
the
in
full
that statement.
all right, so this group of 7 split up, and 3 of them go charging across the street into the tavern, while
Jesus.
4 of them
Why
start.
would force me? Wouldn't killing their fucking like second in command be
The
more
one
viable?
closest to you, Skull, draws his sword and makes a swing at you, and he rolls a.
It's gonna be pretty hard to hit.
Does a 20 hit? Not a critical, but like a 20 overall.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Well, I actually don't remember what your armor class is. Off the top of my
17.
head. Oh, okay, yeah. So
And can
He-
you even get the 20 with like starting gear?
he's not starting.
No, I am.
Oh no, I don't remember honestly.
I think
Anyway,
17 is
so,
as high as you can go.
and he deal. Oh, fuck. He deal.
Can you cease
So
whatever
far.
that is?
Stop right there, criminal scum.
No, I mean,
It was clinical.
And he deals 7 damage to you.
oh, another one. Okay, I'm down to 14 now.
Another one.
God.
All right, now you have the opportunity to make a counter attack if you like, or do an action.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
This man is dead. I don't care what you say. He is dead.
Oh,
What
God.
did he get? Like 2 crits that did like.
He got a
10 and
22 and a
11
19
On
on
Garen.
an attack.
Yeah.
He did 21
slash-
damage.
One slash cleaves into his side, and the other cleaves the top half of his head off.
Oh, yikes.
Well, he just got scalped.
As he collapses onto the pavement, blood and viscera streaming out of the open wounds as his body begins to convulse.
Also, I still have movement action, so I'm still gonna just book the fuck away now.
All right, so you begin to run down the cobblestone as the other 3 are now in pursuit. Now, while this is going on, three others are now running into the tavern and beginning to run up the stairs towards the room
Mhm.
that Milky, Wander, and David are still in.
I'm gonna really quickly just roll stealth.
Just fade into the corner.
Oh sh!
So I'm gone.
You fucking slide into a coat closet and close the door.
I hide under a bar table.
All right. Well, you're
You're
upstairs
in the upper
right now.
room. You're in,
So I mean, you
there's
can hide
only
under a bed or something.
Okay, well, I hide under the bed.
Make a stealth roll.
Alright.
critical failure.
All right. You crawl under a bed, but it's a little too the opening is a little too narrow for you, so the bed is rising a little bit up off the ground. But you
Uh-oh.
think that maybe at first glance no one will notice.
I hope.
I'm gonna throw my backpack into a corner and climb into it and seal
Wait,
the
did you
top.
say that his legs are still sticking out from under the table?
No. He's under it, but he's a little too tall for it. Like he's a little
Thick.
too wide. So because he's a beefy
Yeah,
boy,
I'm too thick.
and
big boy.
the bed's rising up off the ground a little bit.
Oh man.
All right, now you make your stealth roll now, Milky.
Okay. Oh no.
Like how instead of running, you guys are just hiding in the room.
Milky.
You
There's a
barely
broken window you
succeed.
can all climb out of.
Yeah, and take
You-
7
right.
damage on the impact on the concrete down below.
Now, if you actually like try, not just jump out, just like actually try to scale down it.
Yeah, if you try to scale down, you'd probably be fine. But
Yeah, I
Alright,
literally
so-
just did a running. I probably got more from the fucking broken
Swan
glass.
dive. All right, what happens, Graf?
all right, so you barely managed to stuff yourself in your backpack, and you are a lumpy fucking mess. And you're not even convinced once you're in there that you'll be able to get it open again without external.
Guys, I think I'm stuck.
And as you say that, the door slams open, and 3 rough and rowdy gangster boys come running in with weapons drawn.
Oh, fuck.
I
Is
love
this
the way
how-
you described them. Rough and rowdy gangster boys.
Nasty crime gang.
They're wearing leather and they have pompadours.
They actually are wearing leather armor with studs on it, and
Of course they are.
their hair is slicked back,
Oh
and
my
they come running
god.
in. Oi, where the fuck they go? And they're
Nowhere.
scanning around, and they are going to make a perception roll, to see if they
Oh,
can
God.
see anything that's going on in here.
Oh god, is this Outlast?
Roll 3. Roll 3s.
You're not that lucky. They immediately spot the
Wait,
backpack in the corner of the
What did they
room.
roll?
They rolled a 12.
Oh, fuck. Okay, cool. Well, they won't notice me then.
I'm fucking invisible.
What did you roll, Keegan? Like
26.
Oh my god!
David Dowie. David Dowie, master of stealth.
He's just out of there.
I'm the master of disguise.
They immediately spot the
Don't
backpack
reference
that
that
is
movie.
current.
Yeah, don't ever reference that movie again.
They immediately spot the backpack in the corner of the room that is fidgeting slightly.
That's a shaky backpack.
Boy, look at that. Looks like the little fuck that pushed the boss out. Looks like he got stuck in a backpack. And they all look at each other. And they all look at each
fucking idiot.
they all look at each other and go and
They're like, you okay? Am I? Yeah, I just had a cough.
that's just the way I laugh. And he walks over and picks up the backpack from one of the straps. I think this little one should take a tumble like the boss did.
Can I
Does he
start
have
trying to
enough
light the
health?
backpack on fire? I have torches and a tinderbox.
He's gonna kill himself.
All right, roll. Okay, make just a dexterity check to see if you're able to ignite the bag.
Yo, why would you?
Holy
Why-
shit!
What did-
He crit. He crit.
Oh my god!
What?
Jeez.
Wait, a 20 what?
You can't do anything worse than the goose did it,
agree.
Oh my god.
All right, so you manage to light the bag without igniting yourself, causing the straps of it to burn, only dropping you out the bottom along with all of the items that go. What did you have in that backpack, by the way?
I had a bedroll, all my rations, and a water skin, and a mess kit, and 10 torches.
All right, well the torches are now on fire and have fallen out the bottom. And
Don't mess with this hornblower.
oh, and shit, sorry, something I forgot to mention. Taryn is in the closet with you, David.
Oh. Looks like
I
they're
like-
both
like-
in the closet.
We just kind of like look at each other and agree to not make any noise.
Then agree to just
Just
like.
nod. We just like non-verbally, just like look at each other and nod.
Skull, thank you so much for reminding me to record this session.
Yeah.
So you fall out the bottom of the backpack. I'm assuming with weapons drawn.
Yes, I just like come out full blast,
just like plop down and just holding it, your weapon in your hand.
foaming
all
at the
of
mouth.
all of your items spill out onto the floor,
Oh.
including all of the food, your mess kit, everything. Your bedroll currently is now on fire. And you managed to take the one who was holding the bag by complete surprise. Would you like to make a surprise attack?
Yeah, I'll start chopping at him with my let's see. I'll start trying to spear him. I have a spear.
How the fuck?
Unless
did you
I'm thinking it's like a small javelin, not like a giant freaking
Okay, sure.
spear.
All right, make your attack.
Remember,
roll.
I still have your axe.
Yeah, he has my axe, so that's all I
He just
got.
kind of like he just kind of pushes it under the frame of the closet.
Besides my arrows and my longbow, that's all I have is that spear.
The longbow and arrows are currently in flames.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
This is just like fighting out of the POW camps. Oh no.
All right, so you manage to pierce him in the stomach with your spear, causing a mighty nasty gash through the side. And as you fall out the bottom and thrust your spear, he lets out a very bad noise as you stab him.
Do they take any fire damage from this burning bag? they're holding?
His hands are currently torched, and they're not on fire, but he takes two points of damage.
Oh my god.
And the other two are now stumbling backwards, confused.
Is this session canon? Because I think we're gonna burn down this
Yes.
bar.
No, this is all fine. We're all here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
This is pretty fucking canon.
God, no!
In fact, why would it not be?
Because we're destroying everything.
It's
no.
amazing.
This
I
isn't
love it.
any different than what would have happened.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say the room is not on fire. It is
Okay,
only
good.
your item.
Not yet.
Not yet,
You're
yeah,
the one
that's
who wanted
my
to
concern.
burn down the bar.
So far,
Abby,
the
you
only
were-
thing out of the bar that's actually damaged is some tables got damaged downstairs, and you broke a window.
Also, I threatened the
barmaid
life
probably
of
heard the window
of a
thing
woman.
and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they just heard the window. It's screaming and then
So-
ah!
One of the from your bag that just broke out all over the floor, there is just some lamp oil that from one of your kits that spills out onto the floor, causing one of the rough and rowdy crime boys to slip and fall onto the floor like a fucking moron.
Is this Home Alone?
Almost.
Is this Home Alone?
This is no Malone because you're the short.
No Malone, yeah, sure.
Oh god damn it.
And the other one just sort of stumbles back in shock, and you are currently not engulfed in flame, but landing in a wreath of flame with your spear out,
Looking super badass.
looking very, very cool. Now, do you and Wander want to do anything? Babe?
No, I'm still hiding. I ain't trying to die.
Yes. Fucking honestly same.
Oh my god.
All right, so I'm gonna let you roll another attack.
Okay.
Who are you going for? The one who's fallen over, the one who stumbled back, or the one you already attacked?
The guy who fell over. I'm gonna start and try and plunge my spear into his stomach.
Okay. All right. So you manage to stab into his sort of chest stomach area, causing a nasty hole to appear in between his tunic, his leather tunic.
Oh my god. I guess Milky's just having like a PTSD flashback to like the war. He's
Because he
just
saw the
going on a
guy's
rampage.
nice sword.
He's fucking activated.
He saw the guy's nice sword.
Nice sword.
The one who has now stumbled back is now fidgeting for his dagger and manages to draw it and tries to stab you with it. And he rolls a... Ooh, fuck. Alright, he only rolls a 7. I assume that does not surpass.
Oh,
That does
okay,
not
never mind.
surpass.
What were
Not
you
even
saying?
I have
close.
a AC of 14.
I thought I had a spell that I could do like from the fucking closet and just like
You can cast spells from the closet as long as
no,
it's-
I thought that I had one that I could cast that would like stop him from even attacking just now, but I didn't.
Slip it under the door.
Alright.
Just like throw the spell.
Well, he manages to miss and just sort of stumbles forward, and then the one that you stab in the stomach after dropping out of the bag has now drawn his dagger and is going to take a stab at you.
Oh god.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
All right, now lucky for you, it's a dagger.
Also,
does-
unlucky for me, I have 9 hit points.
3 points of damage.
Oh god.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking from the closet cast blind on cast like a blind on one of them. They need to make a Constitution saving roll.
Really good
Alright,
idea.
Which
Really
one do you
good.
want to target? The one who is currently on the ground, the one who is unhurt, or the one who's unhurt, or the one who was holding the burning bag?
The one who is currently undamaged.
Okay. What does he have to surpass with his Constitution saving throw?
How do I find that?
It's your spell save DC.
So I'll say 15.
Yeah, he fucking fails horribly.
Yes.
So
Yes,
please
go
read me
David.
the description of blind so I know what happens to him.
I can blind or deafen a foe. Choose one creature you can see within range to make a Constitution saving roll. If it fails, the target is either blinded or deafened, your choice, for the duration. At the end of each of its turns, the target can make a Constitution saving roll. On a success, the spell ends.
So his entire vision just goes dark, and he begins to clutch at his eyes, yelling, "Bruv, I can't fucking see!" Bruv, I think my fucking eyes detached again.
Christ.
I knew I shouldn't have gotten those new contacts.
I want to know the backstory of this guy. He've lost it multiple times.
Yeah.
Bruv, it's like when the boss smashed my fucking head into the table. I can't see shit.
It's like that one time 2 years ago on Wednesday.
Wednesday on a murky afternoon.
I remember it like the back of my hand that I can't see. But no, and he begins to wildly swing with his dagger, managing to stab his friend in the side.
Jesus Christ! How are we killing these people?
They're
How
really
are we achieving this?
What do you mean we? I'm just Joseph Joe starring the fuck out of there.
Moki.
Yeah, I'm just helping from safety.
And the one who was holding the burning bag is now bleeding from 2 spots, but still standing, and takes another swing at you, Milky.
Okay.
He critically fails.
Oh, good.
He critically fails, slips, and hits his head on the table,
Oh my god, the Three
yeah.
Stooges.
knocking him out.
For my freaking turn, I just want to focus on getting my health back, so I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds the first chance I get.
I think Keegan just cast Cure Wounds.
Keegan,
No, I
are you
didn't.
gonna give me the
No,
healing
I need
touch?
to be touching you.
Yeah, he needs to be touching.
I was trying to. I kept misclicking and I was trying to close the description of it.
Oh, I want to
Okay,
touch
well-
myself.
No, I bet you do.
I'm not getting close enough to fucking. I'm just gonna be like trying to disrupt them.
Yeah, don't
for
touch me
hitting
right
you.
now.
He hasn't even like opened the closet. He's just casting from the closed closet.
All right, so make your Cure Wounds roll.
Okay. Cure Wounds.
I'm gonna cast this on the. I'm gonna cast this on the one that was holding the bag.
2d8 plus 6.
The one who was holding the bag is now fallen and smashed his head on the table and is now unconscious.
I'm gonna
Oh,
cast this
God.
on the one that's not blind. It's still conscious.
The one that's bleeding out.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you
Alright.
casting on them?
Uncontrollable
What
dance.
is what is the spell save DC again?
15.
Controllable dance.
He stands up from the ground and begins to bust out in some fucking sick
begins to
dance.
bust.
while he's bleeding out.
Now,
There's just
What
blood
are-
coming everywhere.
tell me what kind of dance you want him to do.
I'm just imagining him like full on like
Moonwalking.
crap, like, I can't remember what it's called, but like kind of like a flapper dance with a guy version of that. Like
He's
when
doing
the
the
guy
worm, and
begins.
every time it hits the floor, just like the whole like
Like swing
like a
dancing,
whole
I guess?
organ comes out.
Hold on, let me see if just something is available to play.
It's like fucking
Bustin'
swing
makes
dancing.
me feel good.
He's doing the
Yeah,
Carlton.
no, yeah, he's doing swing dance for the
Oh my
Ghostbusters theme.
God.
All right, so it is completely successful, and he begins to do his dance, and just begins to bust out some dance moves
Oh shit.
as he is continuing to bleed from the stomach in his wound. Uncaring, he is just busting out those moves,
I'm fucking dying. But I gotta bust these moves.
and as he is dancing, the blind friend of his is going to make a swing in the general direction of where he thinks Milky is. And he's going to have to roll a disadvantage. He misses.
Does he act out and hit his friend?
No, the only other friend that is the other friend is dancing and currently moving all over the room doing some fucking sweet dance moves. He is currently at the moment no threat, but he just completely misses. What do you do, Milky?
I'm gonna look out the window and see, is Skull still out there? Is he...
I'm like
see
running. I'm like looping the block over and over again. With them still following.
Skull is coming around for another pass by the body of the boss that he killed.
Can I somehow like ditch these guys?
You can try to give him a slip down an alley.
Okay. I try.
Make a deception roll. You manage to throw off 2 of them while you make a cut down an alleyway, but you're still being pursued by one particularly
Wise.
dedicated member. And he is currently chasing after you, screaming. And as you look outside, Milky, you see them making another pass.
So is my bow still functional?
It's
It should be.
charred. You might be able to get a shot off with it, but you're gonna have to make a saving throw with it to see if it fucking snaps into a billion pieces.
Okay, I wanna try and make a big smacky.
Just roll a d20, just a straight d20 to see if
Straight
it holds.
D20. Okay.
Oh my
Are you
God.
kidding me? Milky's on top of it tonight.
Wait, what did he get?
I got a 20.
Solid 20.
Solid
Oh,
20.
All right, so yes, it holds together beautifully.
Mm.
Now
Keep
make an
'em
attack
steady.
roll.
Okay. Snap. And then, oh god. Okay, well, also I get a +2, so that's actually a 20. On the attack.
I'm just gonna say because, well, yes, since you know what? Fuck it. Roll it one more time.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say because
Are you
Wait. That's actually. Hang on. I think that might be.
something doesn't seem quite right there.
Oh no, never mind. I'm just really unlucky.
Okay, we'll just say that you get the 4, and it strikes into the leg. Your aim was not entirely true, but it strikes into the leg of the last one pursuing, and he takes a tumble and rolls over onto the road.
I'm gonna wave at Billy and give him a thumbs up.
Can I now double back and just attack this
Oh
guy?
god.
Emmy,
Yeah, if you want.
Emmy, are you just
Okay.
like a fucking tsundere with Skull in this? Because you keep like hating him and stopping what he's doing and then helping him and being
Well,
like, yeah, we did it.
Somehow, Billy manages to miss both attacks on a prone man.
It's really winded.
It's not like
Well, yeah, I've been looping the block for like 20 minutes.
And the you realize something kind of odd as you run up to attack this one who's still laying on the ground. Other than the burnt man and the one that you stabbed in the alleyway, all of these gang members look exactly the same.
Is it that one Joker stand from part 11? I mean, sorry, 7.
Part 11.
You mean
Because it's like, the stand's called 11 Man.
Oh.
Maybe? I don't know.
she gets his
except all of them
harvest.
seem to have like various small differences as far as maybe a birthmark or a mole. So you've currently struck about 7 people who looked almost identical except for small differences.
Huh.
Anyway, so he is currently writhing on the ground in pain with an arrow sticking out of it, screaming up at you, please don't kill me. Was just following orders, bruv.
Bro.
Bro.
Then
But
throw
he's
down
mafia.
your weapon.
What do you do? Combat is now technically over, being the fact the only other 2 are...
Confused.
One of them's dancing and the other one's blind.
Well, okay, and to the guy who has an arrow, I just say, okay, then throw down your fucking weapon, and it's over.
Bruv, it's in the middle of the fucking road. I dropped it.
I said throw it down, man.
I said sit down.
He's refusing to throw down his weapon. Slay him.
Milky,
Okay.
Milky, please don't kill everyone. Wait, no, Milky.
What do you mean, Milky?
I'm not Milky, freaking Billy. Getting confused.
I can't hear you from the window. It's too
Oh
late.
no.
Alright, so you just drive your sword straight through his chest,
Jesus.
severing his spinal cord,
Oh no.
and out the backside into the cobblestone, causing a scraping sound.
That is a long sword.
He's not fucking like 3 feet thick, dumb fuck. Like,
Well, I'm assuming I'm standing up, just upright still.
yeah, but his chest is only like maybe 6 inches thick. Maybe
That
8.
was a short sword. Okay.
Still, it scrapes through and sort of scoots out, or just like causes some sparks to fly up from the cobblestone as he clutches the sword that is currently in his chest and looks at you. I can't believe you've done this.
Well, you deserve to die for that.
You missed the first part of the fuck.
Oh, fuck.
That's when you get stabbed. You're like, oh fuck! I can't believe you done this.
and he just loses his grip on the sword and collapses fully.
Oh.
I want to take all the money and anything of value.
Okay, well, on him, you find a
Jesus.
dreidel,
Choose.
and
Well, now
that's
I
it.
have no regrets.
Oh my god.
It's just a
God
dreidel
damn
and
it.
nothing else.
What about
Oh
the
my-
original guy that I killed?
Which one?
The original, the one that started all this
The
bullshit.
guy you stabbed in the alleyway?
Yeah, because I
Um,
never really did anything about that.
He's just still laying there. Some flies are buzzing on his face now.
No, I
God.
mean, is there anything worth stealing?
You can go over and check. Make
Okay, Okay, what do you want me to roll?
roll investigation.
Nope, I'm too dumb.
You do manage to find actually though a sigil, like on a chain, of a hawk clutching in its talons bones.
Yeah.
Okay, I wear it.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, wait. I tell this is me talking to Billy. Wait to go get the green vial back from that man who got
Oh,
thrown out
yeah.
the window.
Okay, I go over to the bike that's just in the middle of the fucking street.
Tragically tripped and fell out that window with no other outside intervention.
Now, while this is all going on, people are just sort of like gathering and staring at all of you.
Okay.
A few people are mumbling like, "Should we cut the guards?" But a few of them, you also notice, are pointing. No, but look at who the fight was between. No, we don't want to get mixed up with that.
Heck yeah.
We don't want to get mixed up with those types of people. And they just sort of like just watch from the corners of the street.
Milky's gonna bend down and pick up his charred water skin, just pour it on his face and slap it.
Okay. You open it up and you dump a little bit of water out because there's actually a hole in the bottom of it from where you lit it. It got lit on fire, but there's enough to sort of wet your face a little and doesn't really clean it off.
I'm
but
just
it's
gonna slap my face awake and try and like.
Make him roll a strength roll for the slap so he ends up damaging himself.
Now, there was actually quite a bit of blood on your face from when you stabbed both of them, and it just doesn't wash the blood off. It just sort of smears it around on your face, leaving you with kind of a reddish tint.
By the way, did I get the green vial back?
You walk over to the burnt man's body, and as you reach into his jacket, or like his shitty vest, his eyes dart open, and he wraps his arms around, or his hand around your arm as you reach in.
Oh no. I
And
want
he
to chop
swears-
off his arm.
And he stares up at you. You don't know what you've done, and then coughs and dies as his neck goes limp.
He's like, you don't know what you've done. You've done this. Can't believe it.
And
I still
his
want to
neck-
chop off his arm.
And his neck just sort of hangs limp because it was actually broken. You're not quite sure how he was still able to talk to you.
Or lift his head.
I still chop off his arm.
Oh my god.
Okay, you managed to chop off the arm that was holding on to you, and it just goes tumbling out into the street, blood spurting from the end of it.
Can I
God.
kick it at a child?
There's
Okay.
no children around.
Jesus Christ.
Aw.
As he's doing that, I want to go knock on the closet and kick the bed and tell Wander and freaking David that they can come out now. No one's a
Alright,
threat.
I open up my
Alright.
closet door, and I emerge.
I crawl under. I crawl up from under the bed.
Terran steps out as well. Well, I guess my debt's absolved.
Oh my god.
Well, that's one way to deal with it.
Yeah, but now you owe us.
1 million.
Oh god.
Yeah, now
You
you
better
owe us
fucking
1
pay up.
million. Go.
Well, I can never come back here again.
I walk it back upstairs. I go, what's up?
Billy, I swear to God, if you kill the dancing man, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, the
Put
man
his
is
hand in
still
the
just
corner.
boogieing like all fuck.
I'm
He
gonna
is
cancel the spell.
No,
Yeah.
his moves are too
No.
good.
Make the spell
No,
permanent.
yeah, no,
and
I'm
never stop
fucking
dancing.
stopping the channel, and he's just exhausted.
He tumbles over onto the ground as more blood spurts out of the open wound in his stomach and looks up at you. Why?
Is he still alive?
Can
Yeah,
I
he's
actually
he's
can
still
I actually
alive.
disarm him and heal him enough so that he doesn't die? Because I'm starting to feel a little bit of pity here.
He
No.
dropped both his weapons a while ago, and he's just laying there.
All right, I'll toss
Go
the
ahead and make
weapons
a
out the
heal
window.
check.
Is the
Alright.
blind one still alive?
Quickly, Billy, kill him before
No!
he can start dancing again.
Live, damn you, live.
Yeah, you actually managed to heal the wound in his stomach, and he's exhausted and sore, but he's okay.
We can get information out of this one, guys.
The blind one is still alive. He is currently crying in the corner.
Can I go pat him on the head?
I'm sorry I stabbed you.
Wait, Keegan,
never
go make him
stabbed
deaf
him.
too, so he just cries even harder.
Wait, I didn't stab the blind one?
The blind one just got blinded and was like swinging around violently, and then when he realized his sight wasn't coming back like it did that one time, he went and cried in the corner.
Oh.
Alright,
I'm sorry I would have
I'm
stabbed you
gonna
if you hadn't
unblind
gotten
him
blinded.
again.
No, make him deaf too, so he cries even harder for a second.
Oh god. Techno, that's so sadistic.
That's awful, Techno.
Hey, I'm
so
the evil
Just-
walnut right now, okay? Yeah, I'm the evil walnut.
Wait, so
forgot.
so you do this, Keegan?
No, I'm unblinding him.
Oh, come on.
I wanna head pat him.
He like looks around. I can see again.
Skull go gouge his eyes out.
I'm too tired. I need like a moment to breathe.
You can
He
only
turns
see
around and
because we
locks
wish
eyes
it.
with you, David. You saved me.
You saved me.
And he comes crawling up to you on his hands and knees. Thank you, you beautiful man. You restored my sight. I can see my daughter again.
Please, let's induct him to the party.
I can see my daughter again. No, you can't. None of you travel with us, which is what you're gonna do.
No!
You've shown me a new light. I'm gonna turn my back on this life of crime now.
As he says
gonna
he's
be-
gonna turn his back on the life of crime, I stare at my bloody hands.
I'm turning my back on this life of crime. Thank you, mister. And he quickly like scrambles up. I can see my little Sally again and goes running down the stairs and out the door.
See, don't you feel a little good, guys, that we didn't kill that one?
As he
Who's
goes,
this
Hello?
we?
Guys,
Hello?
you can see him running out the door and running down the alleyway where his dead boss is, and he sees a small orphan and stabs it in the chest.
Oh my god!
Wait, what? What's happened?
No, I'm kidding. You see that he goes running down that alleyway.
Oh, I was about to say, can we go induct that orphan?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
you were saying that he just kills a random orphan while he's
Yeah.
running away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reforge my life of crime.
Get the hell out of
Yeah.
my way.
He doesn't do that. He just runs down the alleyway and around a corner, and you lose sight of him.
see, guys, we don't have to kill everyone. Just
My
most of
next
everyone.
snap says it looks at him, what do you mean? We can't.
Okay, how about this? We shouldn't. We can, but we shouldn't. We
I want
super,
a second
super
opinion.
can.
Walnut?
Walnut?
Wait, what'd you say?
Oh, no.
I want a second opinion. Walnut, what's your idea?
Killing is the only answer.
There you go.
Pretty sure killing's not the only answer.
Yeah, see, there's the third opinion. What about you,
Oh
baby?
yeah, well, what if we kill you and then you can't complain anymore?
Yeah.
That's the answer.
It sounds like a good idea.
Can I put my hand over the walnut's mouth?
You
What
guys can't hear me though.
You just put one finger over
Only
his mouth.
Skull can hear me.
Terran is just sort of shell-shocked right now, but trying to get the best of spirits. Well,
That
I
nigga's
don't-
still traveling with us?
he's
Technically.
the whole reason you're here.
Just
Jeez.
getting
I don't
caught
know,
up
I
with
mean,
you
I
guys.
think it's
is
just,
what
I
it
think
is.
it's just kind of stupid that he hasn't turned tail by now.
Well,
What is this? No, wait.
He's trying to, but he can't.
well, I
Skull,
don't think
God
he's
damn it.
staying here tonight. As he nervously chuckles to himself, sweating.
Did you see me stab that guy? And the other guy?
Oh yes.
I put my hand on his shoulder. The mission's not over yet.
His eyes go wide as he kind of looks to the side at you. What do you mean?
We have to kill them all, or they'll keep pursuing you.
Or they'll reproduce.
We have to kill the mafia.
No, that was pretty much all of them.
Pretty much.
Oh my god! What?
That
Oh
was
no!
those were the Bavard Boyard brothers.
Oh god, they were related!
The Bad and Bougie brothers?
You
The
killed
Bav-
fucking all of them
The
already.
Bavard Boyard brothers.
Wait,
You
so you're
just-
saying we just killed a whole family?
We did
Yes.
annihilated a whole family.
My group tightens on his shoulder, but there's still witnesses.
Oh no, not in this town. They know not to talk to the cops.
Oh, so now they have to go kill the cops to save them from.
I'm gonna pull out some distraction walnuts from my bag and show them to Billy.
Hey Billy,
Mm.
we don't need to kill anyone if we have walnuts.
It appears there's only 2 of the Boyard brothers still alive, and he gestures.
I immediately run over to them.
Michael, Billy, please!
Well, one of the brothers that is the one that ran away and is now rescinding his life of crime. And
Well, isn't there like another 2 that just lost track of me?
there's one still in the room. You killed the rest.
No,
Billy,
remember there was two that lost track of
in
me.
the alley.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna
They're
go
off-
hunt. They made
Go
another
kill them.
loop. I'm gonna
Destroy them.
Yeah, they're off wandering around somewhere.
Okay, yeah, I'm going after.
Make a dexterity, or not a dexterity, sorry, an investigation check to see if you're able to track them down.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
Alright, so
Oh,
like a hunter, you pursue them
Skulls
through
a goddamn
alleyways,
bloodhound.
stopping, sniffing the air,
Emphasis
looking
on
for
blood.
tracks, and you manage to find one sitting on a box, just drinking out of a bottle. And like a goddamn animal, you pounce upon him and stab him to death violently.
You just. I'm not that strong, by the way.
And then in a montage of you hunting the 2 of them down, you kill both of them and cut both of their ears off.
Why?
God.
Fucking, he's a man.
As I see freaking Billy just run out the door to go kill people, I'm gonna go up to the last brother that's just in the room. I'm gonna say, alright, just start running.
No, he's already
start
gone.
rush-
Remember?
No,
He's only
no.
That-
reformed.
There were
They're
2
together.
there were 2 in the room. The one who was blinded is now rescinded his life of crime. This was the one that was dancing.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
the
yeah.
dancing boy. I'm just gonna tell the dancing boy to just go away.
I kick open the door. So there's only one left.
He's
Billy, this
gone.
is my one. This
No.
is mine.
No, the one in the room.
It's my pet.
No, he's gone. He ran and jumped out the window immediately after.
Keep running! Go, my pet!
Hunt him down as well.
I want
Uh,
to go pursue him.
my god.
Billy, you're gonna have to make a investigation check to see if you even realize there's one more left, or if you think you killed them all.
Okay, well I know
God!
there's one left.
You know there's one left.
Do what he does.
Sorry, what?
You know there's one left somewhere in the world.
Ah, Jesus.
Well, I guess I'm
God
gonna go
dang it.
looking again.
And so bitch worth
You
left
do
the
not
party.
manage to find him.
Yes!
Damn it.
Yes!
What about the one that rescinded his life?
No!
No, he's fine. Don't go after him.
He's gone. He's just gone.
Even the walnut doesn't want that.
Yeah, even the walnut's like, no, he's fine. He's okay. Just let him go.
He's like, no.
All right. So in
Jesus.
one fell swoop, you have managed to wipe out the Bavard and Boyard crime syndicate.
How many of them did they
God.
kill? Wasn't it like 12?
There were seven. Actually, no. There were 8 brothers, and then the 2 older brothers. They were 8. What the fuck would that
10.
even be?
10.
No,
Yeah.
there were 10 in total, but there were 8 twins.
You mean not
Hey,
octuplets?
whoa.
Yeah,
Octuplets?
How did that come out?
there were octuplets.
Well, it's just Kate
And then the 2 older brothers, the burnt one and the boss that you stabbed in an alleyway. They were all brothers.
I killed the man.
Well, to be fair, the burn one deserved to die. That means he just killed his own brother.
What?
Yeah,
The one that lost his eyes.
the burnt one stabbed his brother.
No, slammed his head into
Oh, yeah.
electrocuted
killed
or
him.
something.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
he
electrocuted him.
electrocuted him until his head exploded.
Yeah, so literally he deserved it.
So, I mean, technically, you didn't. You didn't kill all of them. You killed most of them.
Mm-mm.
There's no one still alive to continue running the crime syndicate.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to go back through the recording and get a freaking body count for see who killed who.
You killed at least 7 of them in total.
How many
Then-
people are still in the bar down below?
Everyone, no one left.
Can we just imagine what the bar freaking patrons just see? They see us trash the bar. They
just
go
look
up.
outside the window and see like Billy running for like 20 minutes.
They hear
And
a
then
crash
go
out the
out the
window,
window.
and then
And then you see me
yell,
plop down in front.
and then 3 guys bust in and run up the stairs.
Everyone's just still drinking their beer. The
Yeah.
maid's like, the maid just, the barmaid's just like, Jesus fucking Christ! I swear to God.
Oh my.
Time to fight the final boss tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with
So,
her again.
All of you feel a surge of energy through you, and you know that once you sleep, you will be able to level up.
Wait, there was something I wanted.
Cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, the reason that Billy cuts the ears off, I want him to insert them in that slot he put the gold coin in earlier as well.
I thought you were gonna say hot glue them
What?
to the sides of the walnuts.
Glue them to the side of your own head. So you can
Actually,
turn
yes,
punch
do
into
that. Hot glue them to the sides of the wall.
We
Alright,
can't do
now,
that, but we can mend it there.
Here,
Okay,
now,
but
what
it's the wall.
happens? What happens is, Billy places the ears next to the walnut, and they get sucked inside. And you hear a crunching and grinding sound, and on the sides of the walnut, ears begin to grow.
Oh,
God.
no.
God, that is scary.
Is
Are
this
we
just
making
like-
a bailet?
No, we're just making fucking Black Spirit from Black Desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, what's apparently gonna happen. I'm just gonna get a body from you killing people.
He's gonna become a new party member.
You grow ears out the side, and you are now able to hear the carnage that you create, Techno.
I could sense it before, but now I can audibly hear it.
Jesus
Blasted walnut.
Christ.
Just a
And-
reminder.
And Billy, it occurs to you, oh God, what the fuck?
Wait,
Yeah, this is all the forms. Well, there's like one in between the third
What the
and
fuck
fourth.
is that? That's scary.
Wait, what did he?
Black
This is
Desert.
the thing from Black Desert.
Oh, the black. Yeah. I
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah.
I don't know what Black Desert is. Is that a game?
It's a
Yeah, it's a
game, yeah.
Yeah.
MMO.
Oh
Alright.
God.
Now, Billy, you think to yourself briefly, God, it's going to be horrifying when this thing wants eyes.
Let me get the like real creepy form. Like there's like one in between. And it's the
No,
one I
it's
just got
gotta
to.
have- It's gotta have.
But if-
It's gotta have eyes and a mouth, but no nose.
This is between the third and fourth, and it's just
Unnerving.
yeah.
The-
That-
all of
that's
it is-
and that's apparently the one for like the majority. So it's just like, oh, I don't want to deal with this.
So, you have your last moments, or your last moments thinking that, and
Well, is there like a shop where I can go investigate what the fucking green liquid is? Because I know that's just a big question.
well, Taryn at the moment says, well, yeah, guys, I know another place we could probably stay for the night, but promise you won't start a fight with anyone?
It depends.
No,
do you,
no promises.
Do you owe anyone money there?
No, that was my, that was the only one.
Then that's fine.
And, he gathers you all, and you set out into the night to go find another place to stay.